Hey, what's up? Serpentine here, taking a look at the space combat action game Defect, the first PC and Mac title developed by the three-man team over at Three Phase Interactive. You and your team are working to get a new and improved spaceship out into the galaxy where you will act as designer, builder and captain to a crew of recently released prisoners. The recurring mechanic in Defect has your crew of prisoners defecting and mutinying you of your own ship after the completion of every mission. That's not the worst part either. That same ship and crew will be making a return to mess with you and your brand new ship later on. This has you designing ships at the start of every mission with the reminder that this ship will inevitably be stolen and used against you, so designing a weakness that you can take advantage of isn't the worst idea and is even where the game gets its name. You aren't meant to build the best ship possible, you're meant to build a ship that will succeed in its mission at the bare minimum requirements. The missions that you'll be sent on will include general combat missions, races, mini-bosses and boss fights. For each mission you'll be given a short debriefing that will give you some idea as how to build your ship to tackle the situation, whether you build your ship for agility and speed, defense and weaponry, or something there in between. Your first ship build will most likely fail, especially in the later missions, so you will have to go back to the drawing board and tinker with a couple of the components to get it just right. Building your ship is pretty intuitive with the shipbuilding system that Defect has implemented. As long as every piece of your ship is connected to the core, even if it's via a chain of other pieces, it will work. And then you can manipulate every piece through scale and rotation to create something that is somewhat unique. There are some limited resources that you have to adhere to when building your ship however, including power and crew members. Each part of the ship will have a certain power and crew member usage associated with it, so you have to build within those restraints. As you complete each mission, you'll unlock more and more pieces to help you build better ships, but again, just be careful not to make something too powerful or you may come to regret it. The controls in the game are fairly simple, with W activating your thrusters while A and D rotate your ship. If you're struggling to maneuver your ship, there are components to help increase its maneuverability, including wings and rudders. For combat, most weapons are forward facing unless otherwise rotated during the building phase, so you will have to line up the front of your ship with the enemy most of the time. The weapons will automatically fire once you're within range, but you can take direct control of the weapons via the direct control mechanic that not only works for all weapons but also the engines, shields and wings to give those components a boost in their effectiveness. Taking direct control of a weapon allows you to aim and fire wherever and whenever you want, at least if the weapons are able to rotate. The bonus given when taking direct control of one of your ship's components is nothing to laugh at either, and will undoubtedly be needed to be taken full advantage of for the later missions. During combat, as you would expect, your ship will take damage, with each component on the ship having its own health bar. While you can survive without your shields or armor, it's the more important components like your engines and crew quarters that will severely decrease your ability to fight if destroyed. There is a repair mechanic to the game though to help you get back to some sort of combat effectiveness by using scrap collected from ships you have already destroyed to do some quick patchwork. The combat as a whole though is a little simplistic, with enemy ships just flying directly at you to get off their forward facing weapons, and you're doing basically the same thing. Without the third dimension, it is hard to make the combat more interesting, but luckily Defect doesn't focus only on combat based missions, providing races, boss fights, base assaults and more. Other features of the game include unique music to play to corresponding to what type of crew quarters you use. For instance, the circular crew quarters provides an eerie alien kind of tune. A feature planned for release is the ability to take on other players' creations in the challenge mode. Unfortunately, this will only be an AI controlled ship, but nonetheless, it will still be interesting to see other players' creations in combat. Altogether, Defect is a fun combination of ship customization and space combat, with the somewhat unique feature of your ship being stolen at the end of each mission, leading to instant regret when it warps in with its new crew. The various mission types keeps the game interesting, as the combat alone is basically just a jousting match with the two ships flying into each other, unloading all the weapons they have available. The shipbuilding works great and is super easy to use. The system also provides progression to bigger, better ships so that you start off small with limited resources, but by the end of the game you'll be able to create massive ships with numerous weapons, shields, special equipment and more. Defect is definitely more of a creative focused space sim requiring you to build a new ship for every mission, so if you're the creative type and like space combat, then you should definitely check out Defect. If you're looking for a more combat focused experience, however, Defect may not be that game for you. There is a demo available to download, so if you're not sure, you can try it out. Anyway, that's been my player preview for Defect. The game has been greenlit on Steam and is currently seeking funding via Kickstarter with only 4 days to go from this recording, and it's currently at around 28,000 of its 40,000 goal. If you want to find out more about the game, check out the links below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.